What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with another Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark song, and we're reaching the end of the Crush album 1985. This is the penultimate tune, so one more after this, but I want to give a big shout out to Stuart, who sent me like a 40th anniversary edition, which apparently has some extra material on it, so once I finish the regular album, I'll make sure to grab that, and we'll have more from OMD of this era. In any case, the second to last tune on the album, do I have it right? Yes, just Hold On. So, yeah, I mean, it's a common phrase, and of course, there can be a visual reference, the idea of holding on to something so as to not lose your position, or fall behind, or fall down and be hurt. And in that regard, of course, all of those concepts can be extended to the figurative realm, the idea of holding on to something important, holding on to somebody, I guess, which could be both visual and figurative. But yes, the idea of seeking to maintain some grip, some dynamic, and not letting it pass you by, slip away, or otherwise cease to be. So yeah, that's all fertile ground for a narrative and or scene painting, but of course what it'll mean in the details, there's no additional context, so I'll just try to catch what I can. This is OMD, the song is Hold On, and it's the second to last tune on their 1985 album, Crush.
Easy to say, but hard to do when you're in love with some foolish child, and everybody just can't understand. They say, see him, watch and he will change his mind. But I see you want him, you're always with him when the lights go down. You need him. When I'm in the crowd, but maybe someday I can take his place. I want you, need you, I won't change my mind. But he holds you, loves you, he has you with him at the break of day. He'll touch you, know you, wants you by him. Just one thing I need to know. Is this love or lies? Just a flame or a fire? There's something I need and only you can help. To hold you, love you, see you smile at the break of day. To touch you, know you, want you by me when you're far away. To
Yeah, it's a smooth one sonically, very mellow, like, down tempo, relatively minimal. I mean, it's not like Spartan in the Sonics, but it's a bit stripped down and that kind of simple syncopated beat. And I have to say, like, some of the like drum sounds they use in their tunes, they're pretty consistent. I feel like that kind of like it's not hollow, but it has a bit of like this hollow tap to it. Like one of the drum elements, I swear I've heard on their albums going way back. So it feels like, they do have a certain percussion scheme or like aspects of percussion that they enjoy using in their tracks. And yeah, of course, I love the swanky saxophone. I wasn't expecting it on this one, but when it came in, it was just what the tune needed, and I enjoy the way it just kind of moved its way around the track. I mean, it wasn't like hitting this, very like consistent in time melody. It felt like it was just kind of gracefully, sliding around the rest of the Sonics. And yeah, like lyrically, it's interesting because it starts and I'm like, okay, it's kind of devotional, and he's, he wants to be with this woman, and he like feels bad when she's away, and then suddenly it's like, oh wait, no, he's saying that like she's with this other guy, and he's the one who can hold her and wake up next to her and know her and be with her, and she's sad or he's sad when they're apart, and he's wondering if one day I can take his place. And he's even saying like, for now I'm comfortable in the crowd, I see you at parties or at work or at social engagements, and I'm kind of looking at you from afar, from across the room, and it sounds like he's almost like projecting himself into the other guy's shoes and wishing that he was there doing all those things with her. And then it's like by the end he's kind of like back into that fantasy or back into that, future possibility. And so yeah, like there's a, not a melancholy, because again he sounds, if anything, kind of like hopeful, although maybe like that middle verse he's acknowledging that like things aren't the way he would choose and he doesn't know if they're ever going to change. But yeah, it sounds like he's still kind of laser focused, and in that regard it's like I'm sad for the narrator, and yet at the same time it's like, he's not insane. It doesn't sound like he's, on the edge, or he might do something crazy, which again, it reminds me of when I reacted to Human League Don't You Want Me, where like I heard that song going back to my youth, and I think I even heard it again like in the 90s, early 2000s. It's one that came up on like greatest hits of the 80s kind of mixes and so on, and I would hear it, and it wasn't until I did the reaction that I realized that there's that last verse where or not even the last verse, it's like one of the lead-ins to the chorus, but he's like, you better change your mind or we will both be sorry. And it's like, oh, that sounds like a dangerous threat. It like, we need to be watching him, restraining order please. So it doesn't feel like this narrator is in that same like, I'm about to burst, I can't take it anymore kind of mode, but it does sound like he's aware there's a distance, he'd like to be there, but for now he's just kind of projecting it mentally. But yeah, again, I enjoy the mellow sonics, especially the sax, and I enjoy the vocals, which are themselves kind of low-key and just smooth. So yeah, they fit the atmosphere of the tune quite well. As I said, there's one more track on the regular album, and it is The Lights Are Going Out, which is interesting because there was a line here about, when the lights go out, like that's what he's ultimately wishing he was in, that sort of dynamic. He wishes he was in that moment with her, even if for now it's just sort of vicarious. But yes, The Lights Are Going Out is the final tune, and as I said, after that we will check out the 40th anniversary edition. Thank you again to Stuart, as well as to Seb, who's provided the OMD material, and I think also Mr. Solo provided some of the OMD material. So yeah, ultimately it's another deep dive which has material coming from different contributors, and you are all appreciated, as well as those who are following along. Let me know what you think here, and I will see you next time. Peace.